Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through the full article here. I won't really give you an overview because it is pretty short and it is tragic, so I'll give a mild trigger warning. The girl that you see in the picture here is 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez, and she's been killed. She's been killed. So essentially, a very quick overview is that a guy was being robbed. He was at an ATM. We'll read through the details in a moment, but he was at an ATM. He was being robbed. The assailants ran away. He shot at a car. The guy that was robbed saw a car which he believed the robbers were in. He shot at that car. Turns out that the robbers weren't in that car. A family was, and 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez was shot, and she subsequently died. So an absolute tragedy. We're going to read through the full details. A Texas man has been charged with a shooting that killed a 9-year-old girl after he opened fire at a man who robbed him and his wife at an ATM. Tony D. Earls, 41 years of age, was with his wife at a Chase Bank ATM drive-through at about 9:45 p.m. on Monday when a man walked up to their car, robbed them at gunpoint, and fled on foot. The victim, the so-called victim at that point, Tony D. Earls, fired at the suspect and then at a pickup truck that he believed the suspect had gotten into. But a family of 5 unconnected to the robbery actually occupied the truck, which was passing on the street. The girl, identified as Arlene Alvarez, was a passenger in the rear seat and was struck by a bullet that went through the rear window. She was hospitalized Monday night in critical condition, but regrettably, tragically, later died from her injuries. Tony D. Earl, so the shooter in question, was initially charged with aggravated assault with serious bodily injury. It's not clear if or when charges will be upgraded. Arlene's father, Armando Alvarez, has said that his daughter was a 4th grader at De Zavela Elementary School, apologies for pronunciation, and was a great big sister to her 2 younger brothers. The robbery suspect remains at large. So what an absolute tragedy. What a tragic set of circumstances. The robbery suspect remains at large. Let's catch that fucking asshole. Pardon me, I may use the C word. Let's catch that cunt. I'm gonna say this, you may disagree, but this whole incident, the blame does fall on Tony D. Earls, in my opinion. Allegedly. The blame does fall on him. He was the shooter. He did shoot at a vehicle which had nothing to do with the robbery, allegedly. He did allegedly fire the shot which killed an innocent 9-year-old Arlene Alvarez. Tony D. Earls is absolutely responsible, allegedly. Having said that, pardon me, I'm going to use the C word. This cunt robber, this guy who decided that he was going to steal money from Tony D. Earls and his wife after they'd just taken some money out of an ATM, that cunt triggered this tragic event. He triggered this tragic event. If he hadn't have done that, Tony D. Earls would have driven home, gone to a restaurant with his wife, and that would be the end of it. Arlene Alvarez would carry on being driven by her father or whomever and go home and have a nice evening. That would be the end of it. But this fucking cunt robber, who's currently at large, he's triggered all of these events. Again, I'm not trying to waive responsibility for Tony D. Earls. He's the shooter. He should not have shot somewhat blindly towards a vehicle that he did not know was in any way involved. with the robbery. He shouldn't have done that. He was absolutely wrong, and I hope he faced justice for that. Allegedly, based on the information we have here. Bear in mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm merely speculating. But I'm getting angry with the notion that this is sparked by the robber. I get angry with somewhat trivial crime. I'm not saying that this is a trivial crime. It's not a trivial crime. But I do get angry with trivial crime. And part of that is because, to me, these kind of things escalate. And, they do have domino effects. You do something wrong, there's typically it's going to have an effect in one way or another. If you trespass against someone, we're not always going to forgive you. There will be some comeuppance, some revenge of some kind or other. These things escalate, and in this situation, we've seen these things escalate extremely quickly with tragic results. If the robbery victim, Tony D. Earls, actually shot at and actually hit the robber, I wouldn't have a problem with Tony D. Earls if that were the case. That wasn't the case. The case was he fucked up heavily. He fucked up really badly. He's killed an innocent 9-year-old. And he'll have to pay for that, if he's found guilty in a court of law. But I don't know. There's my ramble. There's my rant. I'm going to carry on making videos. Do try to give me a like every now and then, and a comment, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you.